a good ball. The flag stays down. Heaney! Oh!
He scored again! It's Davis again! It's job done now.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the Northern Ireland podcast with Adam Johnson and Andy McComb. Today we're going to be talking all about the season which our players have had, and Andy's going to tell us who our first guest is going to be.
Absolutely, it's a guy that has one or two appearances for Northern Ireland. He's just won promotion with Sheffield United. It's Mr. Ollie Norwood.
Right, so Ollie, thanks for joining us on the phone here. Very glad to have you on. First of all, have to ask how you feeling after those celebrations?
That was quite rough for a couple of days. We partied really well. We really enjoyed the moment because it's a long old slog in the Championship, as everybody knows. I mean, 46 games plus cup games. You know, you're looking at 50 games a season. And to get over the line in the manner which we have done has been nothing short of phenomenal this season. As I say, we made sure we enjoyed that because, you know, these things don't come around too often.
And obviously, in all those games, 98% of those games you started in. So that just shows that obviously you haven't been a bit part player. How proud does that make you?
It has been, yeah, because I think the previous 2 years, particularly Brighton, I didn't play all that much. Fulham I played a little bit more. I felt a bit more involved, but certainly this season, I've been, like you say, I've played 98% of the games. I didn't realise it was that much. But yeah, it's been fantastic, and obviously another honour for me has been when Billy hasn't been when he's been injured or hasn't played. The manager's given me the armband, which again is, you know, a real honour to even get the armband to Sheffield, to captain a club like Sheffield United has been a massive honour as well when I've had that opportunity.
Obviously, so that's Brighton, Fulham, now Sheffield United, 3 years in a row. How does it feel knowing that you're going to be a pub quiz question for the rest of your life now?
I thought you were going to ask me how does it feel to finally be in Premier League. That was a question. Yeah, I mean, obviously.
It's definitely going to come up.
I'll probably be sat in that club during the quiz questions being asked in a few years' time, to be honest. So at least I'll know the answer to one of them, hopefully.
Absolutely.
And I think the other thing that's been happening this season is obviously it's been a battle between yourselves and Norwich and Leeds, which obviously involve players of ours as well. So how's that all been? How's that been involved with that?
It's a bit, at times it is, you know, because we're all good friends as well, and I mean, you know, you'd want everybody to go up if you could. You know, like I say, we are friends, but at the end of the day, you have to put friendships aside and do what's best for your football club and for, you know, individually yourself. And I'm sure Jamal and Stewie will feel the same at Norwich and Leeds respectively, that, you know, although we're friends, they won't want us to do too well and vice versa. But no, hopefully, you know, yeah, it's been a three-way battle the whole way. You know, the last few weeks, I bet for people watching, it's been an amazing watch. It's swayed back and forth. It's in our hands, in their hands. You know, and now we're looking at catching Norwich on the last day if they don't win. So it must have been brilliant to watch. It's been brilliant to be involved in. I mean, the emotions of Sunday will live long in the memory after getting over the line.
Do you interact differently with your international teammates on the field whenever you're in a game like that?
Like I say, you put friendships to one side for 90 minutes. I mean, when we played Leeds, it weren't too long ago actually, I was talking to Stuart for 15-20 minutes after the game. I think, like I say, we all want the same thing for our club, and as I say, friendships and all that goes out the window for 90 minutes. I want to do what's best for Sheffield United. He wants to do what's best for Leeds. Every footballer is the same. We all want to win for our club and, you know, reap the rewards of what that brings. But yeah, at times, you know, like I said, we're all good friends in the Northern Ireland squad, so, you know, there's a lot of lads who play against and we all get on, but for that 90 minutes on the pitch, you might as well be playing against somebody you don't know or don't like.
Obviously, heading into the Premier League, there's potentially some massive games there for you. Manchester United, Liverpool, but is one that sticks out for you maybe going to be Burnley?
It is, yeah. I mean, I got asked this the other day. I've been watching out Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, City. I actually just said, well, I can't wait to play at Turf Moor, to be honest. I've played there a few times before, but it's my hometown, it's where I'm from. And like I say, I think it's got a little bit of an extra special feel, it being a Premier League game, not a Championship game. And that's one of the fixtures. Along with Manchester United, obviously, it was a huge part of my life from 6-year-old. They're the two games I'm really looking forward to.
And if you potentially get that first appearance in the Premier League, having been so close to playing in the Premier League over the last couple of years, will it have been built up a bit more to make it more special for you?
I think so, yeah. I think, as you say, I've been denied the last 2 years after helping get 2 teams promoted, but I suppose you could say third time lucky. But no, I'm really looking forward to the opportunity. I said to my wife the other day, it's nice going into a summer knowing that we're not going to be on the move somewhere. It's nice that we can relax. And knowing that we're not going to have to up sticks, at least for another year anyway. And then, it's not good fun, but no, it's just exciting. I'm just so excited, and I've waited a long time for this, worked hard for this opportunity, and I think don't want to let this opportunity pass me by, so I'll be giving everything I've got to make sure that it's not just a one-off, and hopefully I can stay in the Premier League now for more than 1 year.
And then moving on to Northern Ireland, obviously we have the games coming up in June. What can you tell us more about your status at the minute?
Yeah, I know it was all well publicised in March. Me and Michael, I met Michael and had a chat with him, but I've actually been carrying a hernia since just before Christmas. That was diagnosed. I was actually with the specialist yesterday, and I'm getting that operated on in, I think it's 2 weeks' time. 22nd or 23rd of May, I'm going in for an operation. So, obviously, Michael was aware of that, and obviously, that's why he said I wouldn't be available in June as well, because he knew the fact that I was going to have to have an operation to get my hernia removed, and it's just unfortunate. It's the first time I've ever missed anything with any sort of injury. It's the first time I've missed a training session since I was 6, so I've not done too bad. 22 years without an injury, I've not done too bad, but it's part and parcel of the game. It's what it is, and I've just got to get myself right after the operation and get myself back ready for pre-season.
Obviously, there's some big games coming up for Northern Ireland against Germany and Holland. How excited are the team going into those games? Yeah,
the lads started brilliantly in March. Obviously, picked up the 2 wins. And you look at the next round of fixtures, we should get another 2 wins. And it sets it up nicely for when the big boys come to town. Because we've all experienced playing against Germany before. We know how good they are. Hopefully they seem to have got not as good as they were. They don't seem as good as they were, but I'm sure they'll still be a fantastic team on the night. And Holland, you look at the Ajax team, the majority of them play for Holland, so that's going to be a daunting task, but one that I'm sure the boys are looking forward to, and I'm sure they'll meet head on and go for it like we always do.
Right, well, that's everything from us. Thanks so much for your time.
No problem.
And for joining us for a few minutes here on the podcast. Good luck with the operation, and obviously that means, therefore, you're not going to be jetting off on some holiday soon then?
No, obviously I've got to get that done. That's more important, to get that done. Look after that and get it cleared up.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your
time.
time.
All right, Ollie, thanks very much.
No
mate.
worries.
See you later.
Ollie Norwood there, obviously talking to us after his promotion with Sheffield United. Obviously he's been a standout player and an obvious one, but Andy, have you got any players you think have had a great season this year?
Yeah, one for me would have to be Paul Smith. Spent a lot of time away with him with the under-21s, and he really was a standout performer for them. Obviously, we're starting to see what he can do and bring to the senior team as well, but what he's been doing for Accrington Stanley on loan this season, he's brought goals to the team. He's got 3 goals this season, handful of assists as well, and he's really been a spark for them. And ever since he's got his move away from QPR, he's really looked like he's pushed on with them. Anyone that has seen him play knows that the speed and the pace that he has at his disposal is frightening. It's genuinely frightening sometimes, and that's something that obviously there's a lot of players out there that are quick, but he's scary sometimes when he's on the ball, and he gets to the ball before people, and that's something that it's handy to have. Whether it's on the bench, I think it would be really valuable for Northern Ireland. He's one of those players as well, like maybe the likes of Zaha or even Suarez. He's a penalty magnet. When he's in the box, you think they're going to bring him down. So in terms of Northern Ireland, we love a set piece, we love a penalty. That can be a big part of our game sometimes. Having someone like that is just deadly in the box in terms of people bringing him down, that could be vital to us. So for me, the way he's been performing for Accrington this season, he's definitely been one of my standout players.
Because obviously he started off so well. The game against South Korea, and he scored that last minute winner. And obviously since then it's probably felt more like he just had to not be brought back down to earth, but kind of just has to go through the motions in a way, like go through the progression that he needs to in his career.
Absolutely. Whenever he was having those games for QPR, and we were thinking, oh, this guy, and then he was playing, he scored that goal against South Korea, we were all thinking, oh, this is the guy here, but you do have to remember just how young he is, and I think he realised that, you know what, I need to take a step back to take 2 steps forward, and that's what he's doing, and he's on a pathway now, and I see big things for him, and you know what, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. He's Northern Ireland through and through. His dog is called Windsor. He absolutely loves it, and so really I do hope that he pushes on. And the way he's playing, I don't see why he couldn't. What about yourself, Adam? Is there anyone that's stood out for you?
I think there's been numerous players, but someone for me who I've been impressed with, I guess, at club level and at international level, would be Gavin White. Obviously, he moved from Crusaders to Oxford at the start of the season, and that transition from Irish League to professional football is going to be a hard one, I think, for anyone. And he's definitely just took to it, and he's done well with it. And obviously, it's easy because recently he scored that hat-trick for Oxford as well in the last few weeks. But I think even when he's put on the Northern Ireland shirt, you look back at those Nations League games, how he didn't score more than what he did, other than his goal on his first touch against Israel. How he didn't score more, it was unreal. It was just unfortunate hitting the post away in Bosnia, and the chances that he had. I think he can be an exciting player, and I know it's probably easy just to pick out an exciting player, but I think he's someone who definitely will get their crowd on the feet. Like you're saying about Paul Smith, it's kind of a similar thing, that he can get the ball down and run at people, and I think that's something that, with Michael, the way that he's starting to play now, is something that definitely will become more of our game, taking the game to people, getting the ball down to your feet and taking on your fullbacks, taking on the opponents, and he's definitely someone that can do that, as well as hopefully add the goals. He's always getting in the right places, it seems, but just that final touch. But hopefully, if he can add goals, especially at Oxford United, that's obviously going to be something that hopefully transforms him into his international career.
And if you're Michael at the minute, is Gavin White one of the first names on the team sheet for you, personally?
I think it's a tough one. I think it's hard because I think Michael obviously in the last few games has gone with Jordan and Niall on either wing, and I'd see Gavin probably playing on one of those wings, and so it's a tough one. I mean, with Niall obviously he's out injured now, so Niall will likely be missing the games in June. Is Gavin White the person that's going to fall into that spot? He could do, and if he is going to fill that spot, he's got a great opportunity against Estonia and Belarus in 2 away games, albeit away from home it's going to be difficult, but if he can get in the team and he can make those 2 games his own, in international football there's not many games, and if you've proved yourself over 2 games, it's going to be hard for someone else to come back in. I think that's a great thing for Northern Ireland. We play these games and we've got people who can step in, and if they take the spot, then the spot's theirs, and it's a great position to be in, to not be worrying that someone's out injured, but instead to be looking forward for someone else to come in. Would you have any other players that you think have had good seasons that need an honourable mention, Oliver?
I think you have to look at the likes. Obviously Jamal Lewis at Norwich has been outstanding for them.
Well, speaking of Jamal, let's get him on the phone.
Okay, Jamal, so Norwich now promoted to the Premier League. I think it's fair to say that at times you've made it look easy this season. Has it felt easy?
No, it's been a great journey, definitely. I wouldn't say easy. There's been a lot of ups and downs. We didn't have the best start of the season. I'd say we definitely grew in confidence as each result came, and then definitely to the mid to latter parts of the season, we definitely knew what we was about, and we knew that we deserved the position that we were in, and we just wanted to bring it home. So it's been a really great season, been a real progressive season for me as an individual, and I think as a team collectively.
And how's it felt for yourself, kind of being a regular in the team as well, being a real pivotal part of this promotion?
Yeah, it's been amazing for me. It's been definitely a season I'll never forget. Obviously, being young as well, being part of a promotion team to the Premier League is not something that happens every day. So I'm really grateful to be part of this team. I've enjoyed every moment of it. It's been, obviously, I've only had half a season last year, but this is by far going to be a hard team to top, definitely. But hopefully we can do that next year and the years to come.
And obviously, you've been there and done that against Premier League opposition before with that absolutely ridiculous goal against Chelsea. So, how's it going to feel next season, getting that opportunity to play those big glamour games week in, week out?
Yeah, just obviously, saying that last year and this year played Bournemouth in the Cup. So I've had a little bit of a taster. But obviously playing week in, week out is a complete different story, and I'm really, really looking for, it hasn't sunk in yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. I think it will sink in when I'm finally playing my first game at whatever ground it is, and I hear that whistle and we can get going. But like I said, it's a real proud moment for the team and for me individually, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. Just want off-season and pre-season to go and get cracking forward.
And on a club front and international front, it has been some quick rise to stardom for yourself. How's that felt? How have you felt you've had to kind of cope with all that?
Yeah, especially when I first made my debut in terms of for Norwich and Northern Ireland, it was definitely moving at 100 miles an hour. I just tried to take everything in my stride, but in that season, but definitely this season, I felt like I almost got over the first nerves and the first experiences, and I said to myself this season before it began, internationally and on club level, I really wanted to start to put my stamp onto games and show people what I can really do, and yeah, this season's been internationally as well, with obviously starting the Euro campaign so well, and obviously achieving promotion of Norwich, it's been a successful one. So obviously internationally, you got the games in summer and over the next season, so it'd be really good to achieve something special with the international team as well. But yeah, it's literally I've blinked and I've just gotten to this position in my career, so I'm really thankful for everything that's gotten me to this point in my life, and just want to keep moving forward. And yeah, I won't be complaining if my career keeps moving at that pace, because you just got to roll with it. And yeah, so I'm really thankful, really appreciative of it, really.
You seem to have really cemented your place now in the Northern Ireland setup. How does it feel now now you've had eight appearances now for Northern Ireland, compared to getting that first cap?
Yeah. The first cap was very nerve-wracking. I was very nervous. It was really good to get a good result for South Korea. Against South Korea, that was really good, and to play at Winter Park for the first time. Don't think I played that well. I didn't think I showed the fans what I could really do, but I think over especially the last couple of games, I've been able to showcase myself a little bit more on what I bring on a club level for the Northern Ireland fans that don't obviously watch the Championship or watch Norwich. So I think I was able to show them what I can bring to the Northern Ireland setup, and obviously just getting used to playing with another set of players and gelling with them more, and them getting to know how I play. So I think it's been a very, even though it's been quick, like you said, 8 caps, but I think I've definitely found my feet, and I just really want to help Northern Ireland impact the games as much as possible. So.
And obviously you only played a few times for the under-21s, if not that many, and then you were straight into the senior squad. What sort of confidence did that give you to know Michael O'Neill was obviously behind you very early on?
Yeah, so I only ended up making 1 cap for the under-21s. Obviously, football's a funny game. So I made one cap in the summer of, I think it was 2 years ago now. So for the under 21s, and then obviously got injured in the first half of the season, so didn't really get a chance to make any more under 21 caps. And then, like you said, just my career just accelerated at 100 miles an hour. Made my first team debut, and then was just a championship regular for Norwich last season after December. So it was kind of like I almost expected it to be. I almost expected it to be kind of a call up to the first team for Northern Ireland, but I didn't really know. I wasn't too sure. But when I got that call, it was just made it even sweeter. So even though it's been a short stay in the Northern Ireland youth setup, it's been a really great experience, and it's been even better playing for the first team.
Chris Brunt is someone that is obviously a veteran of the left back position for Northern Ireland, 65 caps. Obviously it's still early in your career, but is that a goal that you have set for yourself?
Sorry, how many caps?
He has 65, and he's a big name in that left back position for Northern Ireland.
Yeah. So I've watched Chris Brunt. Obviously, him playing in the Premier League for so many years. Obviously, I knew of him quite well. I knew how great his delivery was and what he brought to the team. So obviously, knowing that he was retiring, I knew that there was a spot there for me if I could step up to the mark and take it. And hopefully I've done that. It would have been actually quite great. It would have been a really good opportunity to learn some things off him, because he's played at such a high level for so much of his career. Obviously, he thought it was time for him to take a step down from international football. I'm just been grateful. I'm just very grateful to be given that opportunity from Michael, and he puts his trust in me, and hopefully I can just repay him with my performances.
And now obviously we're going to be straight into June again, so you don't get much rest from the football season. How are you looking ahead to those games, in the squad looking ahead to those games?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, definitely. I think obviously with some of the lads playing in the championship, there might be like some variabilities in terms of playoffs and that kind of stuff, and some of the lads in the Prem, so they finish a week later. So just looking forward to meeting up with the boys, and definitely hopefully getting a repeat of them 2 results in the last international break, with another 6 points on the board, and that'll really put us in a great position for the later games in the year.
And just how important do you think those next 2 away games are going to be?
They're vital. Like just being honest, like we've had chats about it as a team in team meetings, that these 4 games against Estonia, Belarus, the fixtures and the reverse fixtures are very, very vital in our chances to getting through. So it's definitely games that we're just looking forward to, trying to just, like I said, just do a repeat of the last two games. I think the performances from the boys were really good, and I think we can go do it again away at the same level, if not better.
Well, thanks for your time, Jamal. Obviously, we hope this podcast will be going out after the end of the season next week, but we hope that when people are listening to this, you were crowned champions of the championship. So good luck with that one this weekend as well.
Have a great day.
Thank you very much, guys.
And good luck at the weekend.
Thank you, you too.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Northern Ireland podcast. If you have enjoyed the episode, you can listen back to some of the other guests that we've spoken to, such as Michael ONeill, the legend Jerry Armstrong, who tells us all about that goal against Spain. And we also hear from Jim Magilton, who has some truly hilarious stories that are not to be missed.
So if you want to listen to any of them or watch any of them back, you can do so on the Northern Ireland YouTube channel, or you can search Northern Ireland Podcast on iTunes, Spotify, and anywhere where you listen to your podcasts. But for this week, cheerio, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Armstrong! Northern Ireland has scored through Jerry Armstrong. It's a good ball. The flag stays down. Heaney!
They scored again! It's Davis again! It's job done now.